Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about Arduino. Okay. First, what is Arduino? Arduino is one of those embedded system device that's called embedded system board. Okay. We are all know about what is an embedded system. Embedded system means that's a combination of hardware and also software designed to perform a particular task, right? So Arduino is consist of both microcontroller and also software. Here the software part is IDE. IDE means Integrated Development Environment. And let's see what is an IDE in upcoming videos. Okay, so first what is an Arduino? Arduino is an open source electronics platform based on easy to use hardware and also software. Okay, and also it's a key tool to learn new things. Okay, Arduino is a key tool to learn new things, and also it simplifies the process of working with microcontroller. So Arduino is simplifies the process of working with microcontroller. Okay, here hardware part is also open source. Now the software is to open source and it is growing through the contribution of users worldwide. Okay, so this is Arduino. Then why is Arduino? Why Arduino is very important? That means it's simple and accessible user experience. Okay, Arduino is using with very simple and accessible user experience. Okay, and also the Arduino software is easy to use for beginners. Okay, Arduino software is easy to use for beginners yet flexible enough for advanced users. Okay, it runs on Mac, Windows and Linux. Okay, that's why Arduino is very important. It's simple user experience and easy to use for beginners, and also it runs on Mac, Windows and Linux operating systems. Okay, what are the advantages of Arduino? Inexpensive, cross-platform, simple, clear programming environment, open source and extensible for both hardware and also software. Okay, first, what is an inexpensive? We are all know microcontroller is inexpensive because all components are integrated on one chip. That's why it's inexpensive. And also Arduino is relatively inexpensive compared to other microcontrollers. Okay, that's why it's one of the advantages of Arduino. Then what is cross-platform? The software, the IDE runs on Windows, Mac OS and also Linux. Okay, but other microcontrollers runs in a limited Windows. Okay, that's why the advantages of Arduino is cross-platform. That means the software IDE runs on Windows, Mac and also Linux operating system. Okay, most of the microcontroller run in a limited Windows. Okay, then it's a simple. We are all know easy to use for beginners. Clear programming environment. That means easy to use for beginners yet flexible to the coding. We are okay. Then open source and extensible software and also hardware. Okay, first open source and extensible software means it's a open source tools. We are all know. So open source tools available for extension by a experienced programmer. Okay, that language or extension through the C++ libraries. Okay, this for open source and extensible software. Now open source and also extensible hardware. That means the plans of the Arduino boards are published under a Creative Commons license. Okay, the plans of the Arduino boards are published under a Creative Commons license. So, experienced circuit designing can make their own version of the module, extending it and also improving it. Okay, that's why the open source and extensible hardware. That means the Arduino boards are published under a Creative Commons license. So, experienced circuit designer can make their own version of module, extending it and also improving it. Okay, these are the advantages of the Arduino. Okay, what are the function of the Arduino? Okay, what are the functions of the Arduino? The Arduino board can be connected very easily to different models. Okay, the Arduino board can be connected very easily to different models that such as sensors, models and also etc. Okay, the main function is of Arduino is to control electronics through the reading input and also changing the output. Okay, the main function of the Arduino is to control electronics device through reading an input and also changing it to output. Okay, these are the functions of the Arduino. Now, what are the different types of Arduino boards are available? There are many types of Arduino boards are available. Okay, let's see what are these. First, Arduino UNO, Arduino Nano, Arduino Micro, Arduino Duo, Lillipad Arduino board, Arduino Mega board, Arduino Leonardo board, Arduino Robot, Arduino ESP LoRa, Arduino ProMake and also etc. Okay, there are many boards are available in Arduino boards. Now we are using boards are Arduino UNO, Arduino Nano and also Arduino Mega board. Okay, now let's see what are these boards. First we see what is Arduino UNO R3. Okay, first the Arduino UNO R3, the version is frequently used microcontroller board in the family of Arduino. Okay, the Arduino UNO 3 is frequently used microcontroller board Atmega 328B microcontroller board in the family of an Arduino. Okay, the main advantages of this board is if we make a mistake, we can change the microcontroller on the board. Okay, the main advantage of this board means if we can make a mistake, we can change the microcontroller on the board. Okay, and also the Arduino UNO, it's a one kind of Atmega 328P based microcontroller. Okay, so just attach it to PC. Okay, how to it connect? Just attach it to the PC with the help of PC and give the supply using AC to DC adapter or battery get starter. Okay, then what are the specifications have Arduino UNO board? Okay, we are all know in any controller operates need a power supply, right? So the operating voltage of the Arduino is only 5 volt. Okay, the operating voltage of the Arduino is 5 volt and also it has a digital pins and analog pins. Okay, so digital input and output pins is 14 pins. Okay, analog pins are 6 pins. Total it has a 28 pins. Okay, and also digital input and output pins, that means PWM pins. Okay, that has 6 pins. Okay, here the PWM pins are used to control the motors, right? So digital PWM pins are 6 pins, analog pins also 6 pins, digital pins also 14 pins. Okay, so the DC current for each input and also output pin is 20 milliamp. Okay, the DC current for each input and output pin is 20 milliamp. So the DC current used for 3.3 volt pin is 50 milliamp. Okay, now the operating voltage of the Arduino is 5 volt. When we are using the 3.3 volt, the DC current used for 3.3 volt pin is 50 milliamp. Okay, so it microcontroller has memories also. So that memories are SRAM is 2 KB. Okay, only 2 kilobyte memory storage size. EEPROM means electrically erasable programmable read-only memory is a 1 kilobyte storage. Okay, so flash memory means 32 kilobyte and also 0.5 kilobyte memory is used by the bootloader. Okay, so the speed of the clock is 16 megahertz. Okay, let's see what are the clock means in upcoming videos. Now these are the specifications of the Arduino UNO board. Okay, it has a 28 pins, 14 digital pins, 6 analog pins, 6 PWM pins. It's used for control the motors, and DC current for each input and output pins is 20 milliamp. The DC current used for 3.3 volt pin is 50 milliamp. Okay. So the memory size are SRAM memory. I mean static random access memory is only 2 kilobyte. Electrically erasable programmable read only memory is 1 kilobyte. The waters of flash memory is 32 kilobyte. Okay, that 32 kilobyte, 0.5 kilobyte memory is used by the bootloader. Okay, then also the Arduino UNO board, it has one inbuilt LED. Okay, it has a one inbuilt LED there. Length and width of the Arduinos are 68.6 millimeter and cross 53.4 millimeter. Okay, these are the specifications of the Arduino UNO board. Then here, these are the pin diagrams of the Arduino UNO board. As yearly said, it has a 28 pins. Okay, 1 to 28 pins. It has a 14 digital pins, 6 analog pins, and also 6 PWM pins. Now let's see what are these pins. Okay, these are the pin diagram of the Arduino UNO board. Okay, so first pin, reset. What is reset pin? This pin brings a low line for resetting the microcontroller. Okay, this pin brings a low line for resetting the microcontroller, and also it's very useful for using a reset button towards shield which can block the one over the Arduino board. Okay, that reset pin is useful for towards shielding which can block the one over the Arduino board. Okay, then in simple words means reset button. What we are uploading the coding into the microcontroller. Once we press the reset button, the code will be erased. Okay, so that's the reset button is there. Then digital pin zeros and digital pin 1. Now I'm already said it has a 14 digital pins, right? So digital pin 0 and digital pin 1. That means digital pin 0 is receiver pin, digital pin 1 is transmitter pin. Okay, these pins are used to transfer the TTL serial data. Okay, receiver pin and transmitter pin also used to transfer the TTL data. Okay, what is TTL serial data? That means TTL means transistor to transistor logic. Okay, digital pin 0 and digital pin 1, receiver and transmitter. It's serial pins of an Arduino board. These can be used to transfer the TTL serial data. That means transistor to transistor logic. Serial communication at transistor to transistor logic level will always remain between the limits of 0 volt and 5 volt. That means VCC. Okay, the level will always remain between the limits of 0 volt and also VCC, which is often that VCC 5 volt or 3.3 volt. Okay, so that transistor to transistor logic, the logic is high means that means 1 means it's a VCC, that means power supply. The logic is low, 0 means it is 0, that means no power supply. Okay, this is the work of TTL, transistor to transistor logic. Okay, then digital pin of 2 and digital pin 3, that means INT0 and INT1, that means interrupt pins. Okay, so Arduino UNO board have a one interrupt pins. Why interrupt is there? That means what is an interrupt? Okay, interrupt is a signal that tells the processor to immediately stop what it's doing and handle some high priority processing. Okay, this is called interrupt. Okay, here digital pin 2 1, digital pin 3 has interrupt pins, external interrupt pins. Okay, so interrupt means, so interrupt is a signal that tells the processor to immediately stop what it's doing, handle some high priority processing. Okay, so digital pin 2 and 3 are external interrupt pins. These pin can be arranged to activate an interrupt on a rising otherwise falling edge. Okay, one is rising or otherwise falling edge. Okay, then here we see about analog pins. What are the analog pins? Analog input, analog pins we already said 6 analog pins. That means analog input 0 to analog input 5. Okay, so 23 to 28, PC0, PC1, PC2, PC3, PC4, PC5. Okay, so analog input means the sensors should be connected to the analog. Okay, here we analog inputs where we used means sensors, that means value can be obtained, that sensors should be connected in analog, and also motor speed varying 0 to 1023, that means 256. Okay, that values gives are the sensors to connect to the analog input pins. Okay, we all know what is the difference between the analog and digital. Digital means it's only gives zeros and ones, binary values, but analog means continuous values, that means any values. Okay, 1 2 3, that any values. So which where the sensor give to the analog value, that sensors connected to the analog input pin. Where the sensor gives only digital, that means high and low, it should be connected to the digital pins. Okay, okay, I'm already said the Arduino board can be connected very easily to different models such as sensors and modules. Okay, so that sensors, analog sensors has, and also digital sensors are there. Okay, the main function of the Arduino is control the electronic device through the reading input and changing it into an output. Okay, so analog 6 analog pins is there, 14 digital pin is there. As I already said, it has a one inbuilt LED is there. So here the digital pin 13, it has a one inbuilt LEDs. Okay, when is the power is on, the LED is glow. When the power is off, the LED is low. Okay, that means off. Okay, so I'm already said where the analog pins are connected, where digital pins are connected. Here the sensors and modules are easily connected to the Arduino board. The sensors are many types. We all know sensor means it converts the physical quantity into electrical signals, right? So sensors all in input. Then now here 122 pins is ground and A reference and VCC. Okay, ground pin is also there in the Arduino UNO board. Okay, now here I am already said PWM pins is there. PWM means it's used to control the motors. So 6 PWM pins is there. 1, 3, 5 and also 9, 10, 11. Okay, these are digital pins. Okay, so digital pins of PWM pins is a 6 pins. 3, 5 and also 9, 10, 11. These are used to control the motors. Okay, now let's see what is an SCK, MISO, MOSI and SS. Okay, now these are the communication. Okay, communication protocol tools. We are all know what are the communication protocols, right? SPI, I2C, UART, Universal Asynchronous Receiver Transmitter, right? So SPI, Serial Peripheral Interface. That means here 10, 11, 12, 13. Third pins are slave select, master out, slave in, master in, slave out, and serial clock. Okay, these are the communication protocol tools. Okay, these will maintain the serial peripheral interface communication with the help of the serial peripheral interface library. Okay, so here SS means slave select, MOSI means master out, slave in, MISO means master in, slave out, SCK means serial clock. Okay, these will maintain the serial peripheral communication with the help of the SPI library. Okay, many communication protocol is there, right? So I2C, UART and SPI. Now, what is an SPI protocol? Here we are four pins are used on SPI protocol communication, right? Now, what is an SPI protocol? SPI means serial peripheral interface. Okay, it's also a serial communication protocol. Its characteristics are high speed and low data loss. Okay, and also it makes system level designer easier and also ensures the reliable data transfer. Okay, so what are the characteristics of serial peripheral interface means high speed and low data loss. Okay, that's why we are preparing serial peripheral communications. Okay, what are the serial communication? That means the data sends to the serial manner. Okay, so the serial peripheral protocols consist of 4 wires. That's already I said, such as master in, slave out, master out, slave in, serial clock, slave select, or these are used for master slave communication. That means serial communications. Okay, master means here master means microcontroller. Slave means that other peripherals like sensors, modules, GSM, that everything, etc. Okay, so these protocols consist of 4 wires used for master slave communication. Here master is microcontroller. Slave means other peripherals like sensors and modules. Okay, then let's see what is a MOSI, that means master out, slave in. Okay, that means it has a many master. Master is an here master is an output. Okay, slave is an output. Master means here the controller is an output. Sensors, that modules are output, input. Sorry, okay. Here MOSI, that means master out. The name itself derived itself. Okay, MOSI, master out, slave in. That means microcontroller is an output. The peripherals, the sensor and modules are here and input. Okay, so the same as the MISO, master in, slave out. Okay, here the microcontroller is an input, the modules are an output. That's why MISO, master in, slave out. That it's derived from name itself. Okay, multiple slaves are interfaced to the master through the SPI serial. Okay, here we can connect multiple slaves interface to the master through the SPI serial peripheral interface controller. Okay, protocol, through the protocol. Okay, so multiple slaves are interfaced to the master through the SPI, but multiple master are not connected to the SPI. Okay, now let's see what is an SCK. SCK means serial clock, right? So serial clock. This signal is always driven by the master for synchronous data transfer between the master and slave. Okay, SCK means serial clock. This signal is always driven by the master. Okay. For synchronous data transfer between the master and slave. Then what is slave select? That means the signal is driven by the master to select individual slaves and also peripheral devices. Okay, these are the slave select. Okay, so these are the pin diagrams of the Arduino UNO board. It has 28 pins, 6 pins are analog pins, 14 pins are digital pins, 6 PWM pins is there, and also it has an one inbuilt LED is there, and the communication protocol is also there. Here we are using the communication protocol is SPA, that means serial peripheral interface, that consists of 4 wires such as master in, slave out, master out, slave in, serial clock, slave select, used for master slave communication. Master means here microcontroller, slave means it's a other peripherals like sensors and models. Okay, multiple slaves are interfaced to the master through the SPI. Okay, here also interrupts, external interrupts also is there. Interrupt it's an signal that tells the processor to immediately stop what it's doing and handle some high priority processing. Okay, then also reset pin also is known, and a receiver and transmitter pin also it's used for transfer the TTL serial data, that means transistor logic. Okay, these are the pin diagrams of the Arduino UNO board. Many type of Arduino UNO board is there. Now we are using only Arduino UNO, Arduino Nano and Arduino Micro depending on the applications. Okay, now let's see what is an Arduino Nano board. Okay, okay, now let's see the Arduino Nano board. Okay, first, what is the Arduino Nano? The Arduino Nano is a small, that means it's called Nano. Okay, we all know Nano means small. So it's a small, complete and breadboard friendly board based on the Atmega 328P. Okay, it's a small and complete and breadboard friendly board based on the Atmega 328. Okay, why breadboard friendly board means it's a small, so it's a breadboard friendly, and it has more or less the same functionality of the Arduino, but it in a different packages. Okay, it has more or less the same functionality of the Arduino, but it in a different packages is also there. And some disadvantages of the Arduino Nano means it's only the TC power jack. Okay, TC power jack, and works with a mini BUSB cable instead of the standard one. That's the disadvantages of the Arduino Nano board. Okay, it has a need a mini BUSB cable instead of standard one. Okay, these are the Arduino Nano board. This is the Nano board of Arduino. Okay, these are mini jack, mini USB cable is needed. Okay, it has a 30 pins, right? Arduino Nano means only 20 pins. It has a 30 pins. Okay, it's also the same. Digital pins also is there. Analog pin is also there. PWM pin also is there. Okay, so transmitter pin, receiver pin, everything is also the same. The power jack is less. Okay, small. Okay, it's only the lack of the Nano board. Okay. What are the specifications of the Arduino Nano board means? It's the based on the Atmega 328 microcontroller. Okay, so the operating voltages is same as 5 volt. Okay, logic level is 5 volt. The input voltage 7 to 12 volt. Okay, limited means 6 to 20 volt. Okay, it has a same 14 digital pins. Okay, 6 provided for PWM pins. Okay, 14 digital pins. Analog pins are 8 pins, but Arduino Nano UNO has only 6 analog pins. Here, Arduino Nano has 8 analog pins. Okay, so the DC current per input and output pin 40 milliamp. Now Arduino UNO has only 20 milliamp. When we are using 3.3 volt means it give a 50 milliamp. Okay, here we are giving a DC current for 40 milliamp. Okay, it's also have the same memory storage like SM means 2 kilobyte, EEPROM 1 kilobyte. Okay, the clock speed is 16 megahertz. Same also. So here also flash memory have 32 kilobyte, of which 2 kilobyte used by the bootloader. But Arduino UNO has only 0.5 kilobyte used by the bootloader. Here 2 kilobyte used by the bootloader. Okay, these are the specifications of the Arduino Nano board. Okay, it has a 14 digital pins also is there, but only it have 8 analog pins. Okay, so it give the current DC current per input and output pin is 40 milliamp. Flash memory is 32 kilobyte, 2 kilobyte used by the bootloader. SRAM is also the 2 kilobyte of storage. EEPROM, that means electrically erasable programmable read-only memory has 1 kilobyte. Clock speed is also same as the Arduino UNO, 16 MHz. Okay, now let's see what are the pin diagrams. I'm already said it has a 30 pins, right? So let's see. These are the pin diagrams of the Arduino Nano board. Okay, it's small. That's 1 to 30 pins. Okay, here same also. It has a digital pin 0 and digital pin 1. Same receiver and transmitter. It's also the used to transfer the TTL serial data. That means transistor to transistor logic. Okay, so TTL, as already I said, the TTL level will always remain between the 0 volt and 5 volt. Okay, the logic level is high. That means one means is a gives an voltage VCC 5 volt. Or logic level is low means it gives a 0 volt. There is no voltage. Okay, then third pin is a reset pin. We are all know reset pin used to low line for resetting the microcontroller, and also it's very useful for towards the shield which can blocks the one over the Arduino board. Okay, ground is also need. Once we use the power supply, the ground is also need. Okay, D2, D3, D4, T5, T6, T7, T8, T9. These are the digital pins. Okay, we gives the connected to the sensors. Okay, which sensor gives an binary values. That means high and low. It gives the it's connected to the these digital pins. Okay, here we are also used the communications, right? So serial peripheral interface communication. Like here's the MISO, that means master in slave out, master out slave in slave select. Here one is missed. Okay. So SCK is there. SCK means serial clock. Okay. These 4 pins are used in the serial peripheral communications. Okay. As I already said, master out slave in slave select serial clock. It has master, that means microcontroller is a output, slave the peripherals are input. Okay, MISO means the microcontroller is here an input, the other sensors are in output. Okay, serial clock means the signal is always driven by the master for synchronous data transfer between the master and also slave. Okay, here A reference, that means analog reference pins also is there. Okay, so D4, A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, that means 0 to 7, 8 analog pin is also there. Okay, then power supply, ground, everything. Okay, as we said before, these are the pin diagrams of the Arduino Nano board. Okay. Okay, now let's see what is the Arduino Mega board. Okay, the Arduino Mega is designed for project that requires more input and output lines. Okay, more sketch memory and more RAM. That's place we are using Arduino Mega board. Okay, so the Arduino Mega is designed for the project that requires more input and output line, more sketch memory and more random access memory. Okay, it has 54 digital input output pins. But we are seeing Arduino Nano and Arduino UNO has only 14 digital input and output pins. Okay, here 16 analog input pins also is there and also 4 serial ports. Okay, it has 54 digital pins, 16 analog pins and 4 serial ports. Okay, that's why we are using Arduino Mega for high projects. That project requires more input and output lines. Okay, this is the Arduino Mega board. Okay, many digital input output pins there and analog inputs there. Then, what are the specifications of the Arduino Mega board? Okay, the operating voltages of the Arduino Mega is also 5 volt. The input voltage recommended is 7 to 12 volt. The limited voltage is 6 to 20 volt. Okay, so as I already said, digital pins has 54 digital pins. Okay, here the 14 pins provided by the PWM pin. Okay, but we are seeing the Arduino UNO and Arduino Nano board has only 6 PWM pins there. Now here the Arduino Mega board have 54 digital pins. There 14 pins are PWM pins. Okay, analog pins also 16 pins have. The DC current has 40 milliamp, where the 3.3 volts need 50 milliamp current is there. So the DC current per input and output pin is 40 milliamp. The DC current for 3.3 volt is 50 milliamp. Okay, here the flash memory 256 kilobyte. Okay, but Arduino Nano and Arduino UNO has only 2 kilobyte or 32 kilobyte. Okay, here the flash memory of the Arduino Mega board has 256 kilobyte. The 8 kilobyte used by the bootloader. Okay, 256 kilobyte flash memory is there. The 8 kilobyte used by the bootloader. But Arduino UNO has only 0.5 kilobyte used by the bootloader. Okay, these are the specifications of the Arduino Mega board. Okay, these are the pin diagrams of the Atmega. Okay, Arduino Mega board. Okay, it has also 28 pins. Same as the Arduino UNO, Atmega 320, Atmega 168 pin. Okay, Arduino UNO has Atmega 328P. Here Atmega 168P. It also has 28 pins. Okay, these not the Atmega pin diagram. This is the Atmega 168 pin diagram. Arduino Mega is not. Okay, so because it has only 6 analog input, but Arduino Mega board has 16 analog pins, right? So these are the same as the Atmega 168 or the Atmega 328P. Okay, PWM pins also is there, ground pin, 14 digital pins, 6 analog pins and A reference pins. Okay, same as the serial communication, serial peripheral interface board. Okay. Okay, there are many types of Arduino board is there, but we are using based on the application based. We are using three board. One is Arduino Nano, Arduino UNO, and Arduino Mega. Okay, Arduino Nano means it has it's small breadboard friendly board. Okay, so it's a lack of only mini USB cable is needed. Okay, and also Arduino UNO. Arduino UNO, it has a 28 pins, same as the 14 digital pins, 6 analog pins also is there. Okay, then Arduino Mega board, where the input output lines more required, that place Arduino Mega board has used. Okay, memory space and input output lines are much more needed. That place Arduino Mega board also is there. Okay, these are the information about the Arduino. In upcoming videos, we have to see how to program on it and what are the software we have to use. And software means as I already said, integrated development environment, right? So in upcoming videos, we have to see what are the how to upload the coding and how to write the code. Okay, thank you.